Hello? Hello? Is this mic working? Are we on? We're back? We're live? We're good? Hello, everyone. It has been a whole month. Welcome, Odd. Welcome, Sneak Cat. Welcome, Eben. Welcome, Aleph. And welcome, anyone viewing anonymously. Welcome back to Homestuck Epilogue streams. God, I don't even know where to start. It's been a fucking month. Yes, hello. I guess that's the first update, is that it turns out the thing that I needed to get over my internalized cringe culture, is, to have a coworker look me dead in the eye. Just be like, hello? Hello? Is anybody there? Hello? And when someone is looking you dead in the eye doing that, you can't not respond with, hello? Hello? So, that, and also campers, saying it a lot. So, that was my month. Lots of memes. Lots. Yeah, Odd, I hope you're having a good stay at Disney World, aside from the not so great hotel Wi-Fi. And I hope, oh yes, and Sneak Cat, I hope your story gets back in line. Hello, conversion camp. I mean, it was, you say it unironically now. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this person was also saying it unironically. And yeah, oh my god. We had this one workshop that's just called Cats, which is you make cat ears and cattails and run around camp going into other workshops and acting like cats. And this was the same person who pulled me into saying hello, who was describing the workshop, got up and was just like, like, yeah? And that was it. That was the entire description of the fucking workshop. Oh, God. Bunch of SCP. You are afeared. Oh, dear. Please be careful with reading lots of those. You would love it. Yeah, it's a really, I have never participated, usually because as the arts programmer, I am doing art things. But like watching it, I've been attacked by the Cats workshop on multiple occasions, on multiple times when it was run. Yeah, it was a good one. And then of course we also had dogs as a counterpart. But yeah, it was a really interesting, really fun one. Yeah, what else can I talk about from camp? I don't want to ramble, and I also don't want to be like, this is everything that happened, here's a play-by-play. But I will say, the other interesting thing, that I learned that I did not know beforehand, usually when the youths come to the camp, I mostly know what they're talking about, and I learn a thing or two. I remember very specifically in 2017, that is when I learned that Musical.ly exists, was because I had a cabin full of 14-year-olds who were obsessed with Musical.ly. Which is now TikTok, of course. You've been attacked by the plague cats emotionally several times. Oh, I don't actually know the plot to the plague cats. But yeah, I send you my condolences. Yeah, this year the thing that I learned is that the new hip thing with the youth is apparently doing the Macarena to, literally any song. So, that's neat. I think that's a fun fact. I didn't know that before. Maybe you did, maybe you didn't, but now you know. It doesn't have a plot? Oh, okay. I don't know enough about theater to know if that's an inside joke or not. Oh, Infinity Train. Yes, I have heard good things about Infinity Train. I've heard very good things about Infinity Train. Personally, I have not been keeping up with it because most of the episodes came out while I was at camp. So I had a number of other things to contend with. They introduce themselves endlessly and then one of them dies. But yeah, Infinity Train. That is some good shit, I have heard. Best week of the summer? Yeah. Oh, Cartoon Network things. I did see the Steven Universe movie trailer, and it was exciting. I got to watch it with a coworker. This is the same coworker who introduced me, who said hello, and who did the Cats Workshop. Yeah, we watched the Steven Universe trailer together and got excited. It was cool. The coworker also likes Homestuck, so, you know, we had a lot in common. It was chill. I meant to tell them my streaming because they were actually interested in maybe come and hang out, but I forgot. So I guess I'll have to do that another time. It's not like we're never going to talk to each other again, Jesus. I'm making it sound like we're never... Just like, whoops, I forgot. I guess they're just never going to know because we're never going to speak to each other ever again. That's not how having friends works. Yes, Steven Universe. It happened. I was excited. So did Final Splatfest, which I believe I was discussing before how I was worried I wouldn't be able to participate. I was able to participate. Camp Wi-Fi was good enough for me to participate. I brought my Switch with me and played Splatfest on my day off. It was good. I only got to play like 5 games, but it was good. I'm really happy I got to participate. Chaos won. RIP Team Order, aka the team that I was on. But I fully could see that Chaos won fair and square with almost 60% of the popular vote. Aside from winning the games as well. But yeah. Drowning in chaos. Yes. RIP Team Order. Your team. Oh, you were on Team Order too? Yeah, I was also Team Order. I'm right there with you. That win, though, like the win dialogue for Chaos was gay as fuck. Pearl and Marina are gay and in love, and nobody can tell me otherwise. Absolutely no one. I actually yelled at my coworkers about this a little bit at camp, and they were like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" And I was just like, they're gay. They're gay and in love. But yes, I accept my L. But yeah, they're gay and in love. Yes. Yes, we gotta do like private battle. Or do like fucking like hide and seek or like bumper brushes or something. Everyone who says they're just friends and doesn't see that they're gay are just really straight and are, yeah, just like not. Still do not have a Switch. Rip. Pearl and Marina are engaged. Absolutely. It's fucking canon. That was the proposal. Yes, Aleph, that is indeed. You may notice that I have, like, a whole bunch of links open at the top. Oh, that's right, I forgot to turn the timer on today. Whoops. Oh, well. Yeah, so I know this post, July 30th was, like, technically, what, like, over a week ago? Like, a week and a half ago? But I'm doing, also, yes, that's, thank you, Aleph. Okay, so here's the deal. I have been on camp time still, which I like because it means I actually get up in the mornings, but I haven't stayed up too far past midnight at all for this past week. So, like, let's just see how streaming until 1 a.m. goes. I think that's going to be fun. I know, right? It was only a week and a half ago. It felt like so much longer. But, yeah, I'm just, you know, updates on specifically things that happened while I was not here. So this may be quote-unquote old news to some. but it has not yet been reported on this channel. So I am going to read it. Fellow Traveler and Wet Pumpkin team up for an adventure. We are delighted to announce that Fellow Traveler is our newest adventure buddy. Fellow Traveler is an indie publisher that focuses on surprising narrative games. You may remember them as the hosts of Ludonarracon, the publisher of indie darling games Orwell and Hacknet, or their upcoming game Church in the Darkness in NeoCab. First things first, What Pumpkin will continue to focus on all aspects of game development such as art, writing, music, and so very much more. Meanwhile, Fellow Traveler will be managing all of the business bits. Think marketing, brand management, and production support. We've done this so we can devote more of our time to the development of the game. So what does this mean for you? In short, we're working to bring Act 2 to the world as soon as possible. With our new partner, it also means you'll be hearing from us a lot more. Look forward to regular updates, newsletters, social media posts, and more exciting news in the coming weeks. In the meantime, you're all invited to join our official Discord server. We look forward to meeting you all there. And now we'll get back to implementing all these assets. Okay. Someone should get rid of that bastard. What are you talking about? Time itself? Sandman of Time cannot be stopped. Okay, so you think it looks like Sarava's hive, but you don't think... Wait, do you mean... Oh my god, I can picture Worm Guy. What's their fucking fuck? Because Sarava's not... Charun! Yes. So you think this is Charun's hive. That is a very good estimate. The other one. The person. Yeah. No, it's Charun, yeah. Yeah, I don't see Cal either. Actually, if I open this, will it be big? It will be big. Fucking thank you, What Pumpkin. Okay, it's not actually that much bigger. However, what if it's a secret neutral? There will probably be like background trolls and things that we haven't seen in the troll call. They did say that the troll call is just like ones that had more of a speaking role. And you get to interact with them a little more, and there's still going to be a bunch of background trolls. So I'm excited to see all of those designs. I'm so excited for all the character designs. World building on Nocturnia! I love world building. I can't fucking talk. I spent the last month practically talking my face off. And yet somehow I get a microphone in front of my face and I can no longer enunciate. The Jenna Marbles pants chair? I'm trying to... Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about. And yeah, this thing here looks like a potential parody of the Jenna Marbles pants chair. Wait, fuck being queen? What? There's like a reference here I'm not getting. Okay, I mean, I know this I definitely recognize as Mother Grub. Like shell, I guess, maybe? It looks kind of sewn together. Is it like a mock Mother Grub? Is it just like they found the skull of the Mother Grub and did like... Because yeah, Sharon sounds like... This sounds like a dead ringer for Sharon's hug. Hive. You just... Jenna Marble is a valid troll name. Fuck, you're so valid. That is correct. God. Jenna Marbles troll Sona. Now I want to see a fucking Jenna Marbles video where she like makes her own troll Sona. That was that cursed? Maybe. I don't care. I'm gonna stick by what I just said. But yeah, the paint palette over here. This drippy thing happening. The pants chair. Mother grub thing. This in the back almost looks like... Why am I thinking about Robot Lord English? That was not a canon thing that existed, right? I don't know why I'm picturing that in my head. But that's what this arm reminds me of. Yeah. So this is... It was in the credits. Yes! Fuck! See, I knew I wasn't just, like, making shit up. I was like, that's a thing. I swear that's a fucking thing. Yeah, in the credits. Jake fucking beats it up. Yeah. So that's what this reminds me of, is that particular Robo Lord English. What else of note is there in here? It's just, there's just, like, a lot happening, but not necessarily all things that we can immediately pick up as a world build or interesting. But yeah, I definitely think that this being Chiron's hive sounds about right. You want to put the I cannot fucking talk. Blue glowy slime in your mouth. It does look rather intriguing. I don't know if I would put it in my mouth, but I definitely want to touch it. Okay, so that's the update from Fellow Traveler, and What Pumpkin. So that's exciting. So they're saying, oh, more updates, and Aisha said on an episode of the Perfectly Generic podcast to keep our eyes peeled for the next 2 weeks, for some time in the next 2 weeks. So I forget what episode that was. I don't know what episode that was because I am behind in the Perfectly Generic podcast because I just got back. Alien dye detergent. Oh, you will not willingly put anything from Alternia into your mouth except in cases of last resort. Last week's episode? Okay, yeah, where's my fucking bookmarks? 9 days at the latest because it was the Evil Girls episode. Okay. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Let me just... Boop. Right here. Oh, yes, there it is. Ominous teasing about future events. Indeed. Villainess writes, I'm excited to get caught up on all of my podcasts. I'm behind in basically everything. Oh shit, that's right. I gotta open my Word document. And where is it? Start posting my links. And also maybe actually send them in the fucking chat. So here's the What Pumpkin post. Yes, also Mixed Friends Sim Trace Excalibur has been yelling on the Twitter machine. Okay. Yeah, so here's the episode where Aisha says things. Made you want to draw Evil Rose or Grimdark Rose. Ooh. Yeah, I'm excited to actually listen to things. The other thing that people noticed about what this happened at the same time as that fellow traveler post. There is now a Homestuck Universe franchise on Steam, which I am very excited about because it is not specifically Hive Swap. It is Homestuck Universe, which leads myself and many others to think, hey, There's a secret project that they haven't fucking told us about. They've said there's a secret project. They haven't said what it is. I do not believe they are allowed to yet. But it has been mentioned on a number of occasions. Oh, hey, that's a demo. Oh, yeah. I think that's the one that came out with Ludo Naricon, right? But yeah, lists, they have Hive Swap and the Friendsome games. Nothing under upcoming releases yet. More stuff other than Hive Swap. Too less self-control away from leaking shit. Like, yeah, like, I know the secret project thing has been, like, the mutterings have been around for a while, but now it's, like, I feel like it's being brought up a little bit more. I feel like we're getting really close to some news on that. So, I'm kind of 50-50 on whether the announcement in, 9 days? 9 days or less, will be something about Act 2 or something about what the secret project is. In more recent news, this fucking happened. It's been everywhere. There's like, I don't know what to say about this. Like, Andrew Hussey is a fucking e-boy now, I guess. There have been a couple of... Like, he's responded... I've seen screen caps of him, like, responding to comments and stuff, but... Yeah, but honestly, I think this, and him responding to a few of the comments, has been the most direct author to fan interaction we've had since like 2013. So I mean, that's pretty cool, but god damn it, does it have to be like this? You know what? Fuck it. I support Andrew Hussey's new aesthetic lifestyle. Here's a horse. Yeah. You've been informed of secrets by a friend closer to Wet Pumpkin. You know, not much actually. Yeah. Hussey owns a horse farm apparently. Good for him. Yeah, watching this made me I don't know what it is, why it was these pictures specifically that made me realize that, like, there was something about all of the pictures of him with horses that, like, looked like it was the same place. And I was like, wait a second, does he fucking live there? Because, like, he probably made bank off Homestuck, but he's a very private person, so we don't really know what he did with it. And I guess the answer is horses. Oops, sorry, my phone is going off. I need to temporarily turn the volume down. You know what? The settings on this new phone are a little bit fussy, so I think I might just leave it, actually. The same one from the 2.0 video? Potentially. But yeah, I support Andrew Hussey's horses and his newfound e-boy lifestyle. Did I link this in chat already? I didn't. So I'm going to do that. And then... did I put it in the document? I did. Okay. 10.8k followers. Yeah, he got like over 3,000 followers within 3 hours of posting this. And I'm intrigued to see what comes from it. Probably nothing. This feels like a one-off, but we'll see. And this is just a neat thing that I saw on Twitter. This person, like, copied over all the dialogue, so clicking on the characters will bring you to a file in Google Drive with every conversation they've had organized by who they were speaking to. And I think that's neat. So I'm going to link it in chat if anyone wants to play around with that. Yeah, like he's a powerful, powerful man, and we knew this, but there's like a lot happening there. But yeah, I just thought that was neat. I just saw it on Twitter, and I was like, that's neat. I should link the Twitter tweet machine. Oh yeah, I forgot to turn the timer on. I might as well just set that for break while I'm here. Okay. That is all the news that I had. Yeah. It's been, wow, almost half an hour into, you know what? I know usually I'd be like, God, can't believe half an hour only talking. But you know what? I just got back from a month away. Lots to catch up on. Having a good time. It's all good. But it is indeed time to actually start the fucking story now. Time to dive into this dumpster fire. Honestly, this, like, we're, like, almost exactly halfway through Candy. You thought we were further in? Oh, yeah, no, we are on 23, which is, as you can see from the starting dialogue, the one where John decides to do a kidnap. Post office. Yeah. Mostly a bad time. You know, this one, I don't know. I try and make even the ones that are kind of hard to get through a little bit more fun. So, hopefully, that is what will happen here. Hopefully, it will still be a good time for the most part. No matter how painful the things that are happening are. KMC's the only one having a good time. Yeah. So, dang. It's gonna take me a hot minute to get back into my character voices. Okay. Without further ado, it's time to actually do the thing that this stream is for in the first place. Although, as a reminder, I do these twice a weekend, so tomorrow we will continue reading, and there might be less preamble tomorrow, just for anybody watching at home. If anyone's wondering what the fuck's going on here. There will be less preamble tomorrow. I promise. Okay. I'm gonna have a sip of water first. Okay. 23. Honey, you ready to go? Yeah, sweetheart. Give me a second. John finishes fixing his tie in the bedroom mirror, taking a moment to check the hallway door Wow. First actual sentence. Let's just take it from the top. Let's just go all the way back up. 23. Honey, you ready to go? Yeah, sweetheart. Give me a second. John finishes fixing his tie in the bedroom mirror, taking a moment to check the hallway door in the reflection. Roxy hasn't come looking for him, which is good because he's still got a few things to prepare and he'd rather she didn't see the items he's about to pull out of their closet. He hasn't told his wife what he's planning because he doesn't want to be talked out of it. Typically, he rankles at the prospect of spending time with Jane and her family, so Roxy was surprised when he agreed to hold Harry Anderson's 5th birthday party at Jane's mansion. But she didn't question him about it. In fact, all she did was tip her head at him and blink a few times, her long eyelashes catching the light, making her eyes look like mirrors. It was disconcerting for reasons that he couldn't put his finger on. It's not like Roxy has ever been argumentative, exactly. He just seems to remember someone from his youth who was somewhat more contrarian in spirit than this person he's married to now. But you remember about... Inside Out fanfic. About -2, so you don't know if any of the places you have already exist. Inside Out was a good movie. Am I remembering the right movie? Let me Google that for a second. I am remembering the correct movie. Yes, that was a very good movie. I did enjoy that one. It is very cute. Unlike this is just... I'm bracing for impact already with this chapter. Okay, I'm gonna have a little more water. Back when they were dating, John thought she was acting a little off. Not quite in a bad way, perhaps, but a little too in love, too fast. At least she still seemed like herself most of the time, but since the wedding, every year that goes by, she seems to become just a little more conciliatory. Not just toward him, but toward life in general. She indulges Harry Anderson liberally and almost thoughtlessly. She doesn't care that her best friend is slowly turning into an executive overseeing the corporate arm of the puppet ass of a ruthless dictatorship. She still thinks Gamzee is being sincere about all of this redemption bullshit, even though he's been casting an increasingly dark and hungry shadow behind Jane, a malicious royal visor to her burgeoning imperial persona. John's been frustrated with it in a quiet, guilty way, because he loves his wife, and even more than that, he loves their son. When he doesn't think too hard about all this stuff, it seems perfect. But sometimes John can't help but lie awake at night, staring at the dark ceiling until he loses the grip on his perfect life entirely. He starts to fear that if he closes his eyes, he might reopen them to discover it was all an illusion. Harry Anderson, Earthsea, Lord English's alleged defeat. Or maybe, stretching even further back than that, the Trolls, the game, everything important and exciting that's ever even happened to him. Was it all a lie? Like some big prank? John Egbert goes crazy, goes stupid. John, that's just the depression. There's a lot happening here, yeah. John is really struggling, and... Oof. Is stream still fucking going? Okay, good, it is. Good, it is still going. I've had some internet connection issues, but I think I was just connected to the wrong router. Because we have, in my house, there's like a main router, and then there's a booster router we hooked up so that the signal would actually get up to my room. And I can kind of connect to the main router, but it's a spotty connection. And I think I was just connected to that one, so I should be okay. Should be good for tonight. No, at least some of it had to be real. Dave, Jade, and Rose are real. Their friendship is real. At least it used to feel that way. He needs to believe it still is. And what about Terzi? She's real too, and John's got that picture to prove it, burning a hole in his wallet. Yet he keeps it there, because at least that feels like something. It's the same feeling that makes him do subtle things to push against his wife's placid demeanor. He never quite tries to start a fight, but at this point he wouldn't mind having one either. At least it might help reassure him that she's real too. If she doesn't get upset after what he's about to pull today, then... John doesn't know what he'll do. He goes to the closet and unhinges the bottom of the drawer where he keeps all of his identical blue ties. In the secret compartment are some tools. graphene wire, a multi-tool screwdriver, molding plaster. John's so focused on finding places in his coat to hide all these things that he doesn't hear footsteps behind him. Is this not already an angsty fanfic? It indeed is. This is an angsty fic that does not have any good moments, so it's invalid. There's some sweet moments. Like, shit, I'm actually struggling to remember. Although it's also my memory of the events in either of the Homestuck epilogues is fuzzy because it has been a while since I read them. It does get more positive in the last 4 chapters. The trans Roxy talk was the best part. That, yeah, I really, really loved that. I mean, that whole chapter with John and Roxy, the conversation between John and Jake, the 2 Vriskas talking, like, those were good moments. And happy Rosemary. Every single moment where Rosemary is happy, except for the kind of disconcerting ones where Rose is, like, showing that she's losing touch with her powers, and it's uncomfortable. Interpersonal justice or something? Where was it? I think I bookmarked it. There was this one particular tweet that I read that gave me a new perspective on the Candy epilogues that I appreciated. Here it is. So, the Homestuck Candy epilogue is about finding peace with your place in a world that is deeply flawed and out of your control to fix it. Accepting that although you are not able to live your truest self, you are still as valid as a human being. That's why it's much more tragic out of the 2 stories, because it's a very real story to LGBT people, especially those from the older generations. Oh my god, Obama-Dave conversation. Fuck, how did I forget that fucking happens? Yeah, I don't know where that stands either. It's, like, off the fucking charts. But I feel like this, because I personally, like, I found Meat more enjoyable because Candy was just really fucking uncomfortable for me. I cannot get over the viscerally uncomfortable moments. I feel like I've talked about this on stream before, right? It implied because that Dave just went and abandoned Jade without letting her know where he went. I know, it's like, God, it's so fucking hilarious, but that's just, the hilarity just masks even more tragedy. Oh god, Aleph, what did you just link? Oh yeah, the conversation that's happening below. Let's just ignore the conversation that's happening underneath there. But yeah, this kind of gave me, a different perspective on it. I'm trying really hard to understand the reasons why people who like Candy better actually enjoy Candy more than Meat. Because it's a perspective that I super don't get. Because I'm very strongly leaning towards liking Meat more than Candy just because of how viscerally uncomfortable and tragic Candy is. But, yeah, I thought that this was an interesting perspective, and I really appreciate it. You're glad you read Meat first. I am too. Yeah, I definitely am glad that I read Meat first, because I feel like if I'd read Candy first, I think it would have really soured my experience with Meat. Like, I would be skeptical. I would be jaded. I would be, like, if I read Candy first, I would have been fucked up. You switch between which one you like more every 10 seconds. That's fair. That's fucking valid. You like candy better, even though it was just more dramatic and awful, but I hoped you see the beauty of Rosemary. Oh. Mm-hmm. It felt like meat was a reward after viewing the bad end first. Yeah. If I was reading Candy as an actual fic, I would have ditched it after the first few chapters. Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing too. And there's that like kind of debate about the importance that we give to like official or canon, official content, right? Because they keep saying, "Oh, it's not canon, and all this stuff." But like, it's still official content, so it still, in a lot of ways, holds a lot more water than fanfic. You know what I mean? When people talk about the validity of the information held within, so to speak. But yeah, like, it's still, I would never have read either of these to completion if they weren't official content. You like it better right now because it's cursed and dramatic. Yeah, I mean, the thing with Candy is, like, there were more chapters in Candy where I was, like, excited to read them out loud and to act them out because of how dramatic they were. Like, this one, I'm really excited to read John's, when John blows up. Like, that just makes me giddy because I get to be yelly and dramatic, and it's, you know, it's angry and it's sad and it's angsty, and I get to just like immerse myself in it and like blah. Yeah, I really enjoy doing the voice acty type stuff for this. You're just a mess of a person. You need your art to reflect that. That's a mood. Okay, I'm gonna keep actually fucking reading the thing. Dad, what are you doing? John spins around, startled. It's just his kid, though, already looking uncomfortable in his tweed jacket and knee socks. John kicks the closet door closed. He already has everything he needs anyway. Just getting your gifts, Harry Anderson. It's your birthday, after all. But I already opened all the gifts from you and Mom. Dad, are you telling a fib? They just fucking nailed, like, little kids just have this, like, uncanny ability to hit the nail on the head. John ruffles his son's hair and shoots him one of his patented Egbertian winks. He decides then and there that a good father wouldn't keep any secrets from his son. No, a good dad will always let his son in on the joke, no matter how much trouble he might be about to get himself in. Harry Anderson, don't tell your mother, but we're getting a new addition to the family today. Oh boy! Difference in tone between Meat and Candy is that Meat is like, oh shit, this is happening. And Candy's like, alright, this is happening. That's true. Meat is like, bam, bam, like the plot, the impact, it happens fast, it hits you in the face. Candy is very slow burn. And it's like, all of a sudden, everything's awful. Oops. I know, John, you well-intentioned idiot. God fucking damn it, John. God, I love you so much. But, oh no. It's little Tavros Crocker who opens the door to Jane's opulent mansion. He's still so short that he has to stand up on his toes to reach the knob. He stares up at his visitors with a serious expression, the prescription on his spectacles distorting the size of his pupils so that they look like big, wet, depressing sinkholes. John's heart wrenches at the sight of him. He's so young, but he always looks so somber and sad. Oh, hello, folks. You're a mite early, don't you think? Nope. Actually, Dave! Dave and Jade materialize behind everyone. He in a pressed red suit, she in a glittering space dress. They're both holding gifts wrapped in spare printer paper. Dave adjusts his sunglasses and smirks at Harry Anderson. You were exactly 30 seconds and like 68 nanoseconds early. Oh, F off, Dave. You're getting even cornier than John and you're not even a dad. I don't know. My guy Harry over there seems to be enjoying my material. It's like you're a living atomic clock. Man, I love this kid. What kind of 5-year-old is into atomic clocks? Damn, every time I see him, I just want to pinch his cheeks and tell him about what things were like when I was his age and shit. If you like kids so much, Dave, why don't you just buy one? What the f... Will do. We'll notify you, Sneak Cat. Jade, I know that what you think you were doing there was, like, smoothly inserting the idea of us one day adopting kids into the conversation, but what you actually just described as literal slavery, which is both illegal and bad. Maybe you're the one who's illegal and bad. Ever think of that? Nope, never once crossed my mind. Anyway, John, Roxy, you heard the lady. Can we buy your kid? No, he's not for sale. Do you all want to come in or not? Tavros has been waiting patiently for the adults to finish talking the whole time, like he always does. He leads everyone inside with a stoic countenance more befitting of a footman than a firstborn son of the planet's wealthiest family. All these people have one brain cell. I know, God. So, where's your mom and dad? They're still in, auspicious counseling. With Uncle Gamzee. Oh, woof. Woof is right. Hey, Tavros, is Vriska here? Unfortunately, Harry Anderson, Rose and Kanaya aren't on speaking terms with your Aunt Jane and Uncle Jake anymore. Why not? Roxy sighs loudly through her nose. She hates talking about this shit. They have less... 0.5 brain cells, too generous. Yeah. Why would you put any Tavros with Gamzee? Why would you put anyone with Gamzee? Yeah, those are both very valid questions. Why would you put any Tavros with any Vriska? For that matter, while we're on the subject. Because of the political situation. What's a political situation? Mother has been advising the human government that they should do their best to, exclude trolls from the seats of power in all branches of public service, and, Aunt Rose and Kanaya don't like it because some of the legislation in the works could, delegitimize their marriage. I have no idea what any of that means. The adults exchange confused looks. It's more than a little jarring that this 5-year-old kid seems so well educated on the intricacies of xenophobic political policy. But then again, this is Jane's son, they remind themselves. Anyway, why would you want Vriska to be here? Why ruin a nice birthday party? Fucking... I think that might be one of my favorite lines in the whole fucking epilogues. Duh. 'Cause she's super fun. She's not fun. She's mean. Carrying on the Nitram legacy of being a sad lad. Yeah, unfortunately. Tavros Crocker deserves so much better. And so did Tavros Nitram. I feel like this is a conversation we had in a previous stream. That they both deserve so much better. Yeah, why is he named after Tavros when G.K. Tavros is still alive in honor of C? I don't fucking know. The sprites just like, they're just not even here for the epilogues, and I just want to know where they are. Please tell me that they're okay. She's not fun. She's mean. Yeah, to you, 'cause you're a wuss. Harry Anderson Egbert. Don't call other kids wusses. Hey, what's even wrong with being a wuss? Harry, my dude, you need to unplug from toxic masculinity. From what? What have you been teaching this kid? God. Stop telling everyone I'm dead. Yeah, sometimes I can still hear his voice. God. I know, I wish their Soji got Tavros right could save Tavros. I feel that. Tavros Nitrum in the epilogues deserves so much better than the bullshit narrative shitting on him the way it did. Theory, Jane is making Jake ghost J.K. Tavros. She's also racist against the undead. Yeah, I would not be surprised if Jane was like, well, I mean, Jane already was basically completely socially isolating Jake from everyone outside of their immediate group, really. Minimal contact with even the other kids. Dave, sometimes I really can't believe this is the adult you chose to become. What is it that this line reminds me of? It's like, oh, it's a fucking quote from The Office, because the fucking camp director where I work loves The Office, as well as a couple of coworkers. So it's like, what the fuck is the quote? It's like, I hate the person that you chose to be. I hate that this is who you choose to be. Something like that. It's a quote from The Office. Like the American version of The Office. It's actually great, isn't it? Yeah, I guess so. Dave ruffles Harry Anderson's hair. It's nice that Dave is so woke and great with kids, but that really does invite the question of why he and Jade don't have any yet. There's still something sad and wistful about Dave at the moment, as he pointedly avoids letting Jade take his hand while they're led into the game room. Jade and Dave still laugh and trade barbs with each other like old friends, but there's something disconcertingly sterile about it. John can't help but think about the last time they were all together like this in Jane's mansion, and the look on Karkat's face when he stormed out of the foyer. Everyone settles down in the game room except Tavros, who stands by the door with his arms folded behind his back as if waiting to be ordered around. Harry Anderson is opening his gifts from Jade and Dave when a door upstairs slams open so hard it rattles all the crystal glasses arranged on a nearby table. Good night, Eben. Have a good sleep. Dave is a feminist dude who's low-key shitty to the woman in his life. Rip. Candy Dave is progressive. That's not a term that I'd heard before. I don't like that. You are such an unbelievable dunce, Jake English. I can't believe I work so hard and I have to come home to your feckless tomfoolery every day. My goodness, what gives you the right to talk to me that way? Jake's side of the conversation is too far away to hear, but Gamzee's unmistakable mush-mouthed voice floats down the hallway between the sharp edges of Jane's shrieks. And you're not even proficient in the bed anymore. What is even the point of you if... Hey, calm your tits, baby. Silence, clown! Oh, there's so much happening here, and I hate it. What the fuck? Okay, so first of all, yelling this with guests in the house. Yikes. Second of all, this is absolutely a reference to Silence Thought. Yeah, that line is literally Jane's only valid moment in the entire fucking epilogues. Kimsey's dick don't work. Fucking hell. Tavros stares at his feet, wearing a strained expression. It's fine. My parents are Christmassies, after all. Oh, God, this poor fucking kid. Jane storms downstairs. Her guests are completely silent as the sound of her heels echoes down the hall. She steps into the room, her face still twisted in rage and disgust. The moment her eyes fall over her gathered friends, however, her expression changes like someone flipping a switch. She smiles, looking cordial and perfectly pleasant, fluttering her lashes like there's nothing in the world more important to her than being an excellent host. Doc Scratch reference. God damn it. Oh, hello everyone. I'm sorry that I was not able to greet you at the door. I had some pre-appointed business to attend to. I trust that Tavros led you all inside without trouble? Yes, ma'am. Good boy. I'm gonna have to play that over to Dave's introduction. We do Homestuck itself again. I'm gonna have to find that in my fucking Tumblr archives. Jeez. I hate Jane too. I hate Jane here, specifically in this instance. Like, specifically in the epilogues. Epilogue Jane. Fuck. Jane pats him on the head as she goes by, patronizingly, like you'd pet a dog. Or Gamzee. Harry Anderson, my dear! Auntie Jane! Jane stoops down to her knees and throws her arms open. Harry Anderson bolts across the room and throws himself into her ample chest, nuzzling into her cheek as she laughs and ruffles his hair fondly. John turns his head aside so that no one sees the queasy face he's making. Jane is, unfortunately, Harry Anderson's favorite aunt. She's gained his affection the same way she's gained everyone's affection. She fucking bought it. Oh, it's pinned on Discord? Nice. Barely made it into your top 25 entirely in the strength of the first half of Act 6. That's valid. That is valid. I just remember really liking Jane around the time that, like, early Act 6 and all that was coming out. Specifically because I was really into Jane Roxy, because I just was. I'm not so into it anymore. But, you know, it's gay. Look at you. You've gotten so big and strong since I last saw you. I grew a whole 3 inches. Yes, I can see that. You're going to be quite the strapping young man before we know it. Since it's your first milestone birthday, I've instructed my staff that you are to be spoiled like a little prince today. Right now, they're finishing off your cake. It's a recipe I invented just for you. Gosh. And I've got your present all wrapped up, too. It's too big to keep in the house, however, so after cake and tea, you will go see it in the backyard. You're the best, Auntie Jane. Oh, no. Jane, please don't tell me you commissioned one of those drone thingies for my son. Jane rises to her feet, huffing. And if I did, John, what would be the problem with that? What would be the problem with giving a 5-year-old a fascist imperial drone for his birthday? Sometimes you just need a moment of silence, because what the Fuck, man. Are you saying that you don't want to assure your son's safety? In troubled times such as these, one can never be too careful. Roxy, back me up here, honey. There's no way you'd be okay with that, right? Roxy fiddles with one of her earrings and casts her gaze around the room, looking at every and anything but her husband. Dave and Jade have also developed a profound interest in the patterns woven into the expensive carpet under their feet. Well, I can't say I'm comfy with it, but... But? Jane means well, John, and it'd be rude to just refuse the gift from my bestie like that. Besides, you're just assuming she got Harry Anderson an Imperial drone. She never said that's what it was. Did you, Jane? Silence, because that's what it is, because holy fucking shit. Jane's tight-jawed silence confirms that she did indeed have a literal instrument of government oppression crafted for their son on the momentous occasion of his 5th birthday. John has to pinch his nose and practice controlled breathing to keep himself from getting mad for real. Getting in an argument right now would totally fuck up his plans. Okay, fine. You know what? I don't care. Really? Yeah, it's whatever. I get it. Jane's just trying to show that she cares. You know I do adore little Harry Anderson. What I do care about, however, is that cake. And not eating it, I mean. Excuse me? Nothing personal, Jane. It's just that I'm not the biggest fan of cakes. Instead, I was wondering if maybe I could go visit the trophy room. You know, the one where Jake keeps all the memorabilia from that dumb show he used to be on. You mean Poppin' Hoppin' Pistol Lockin' with Jake English? No. Or you mean doing the Charleston with notable social figureheads, stars versus enemies of the state with your host, Jake English? That one's still running, isn't it? Unfortunately, yes. Jesus Christ. Yeah. That's definitely not the one I was talking about. Oh, you probably mean Afternoon Gillygaffy amongst the common folk with your host, Jay Gishy Gun McGee. What the fuck are these names? No, God, those all sound so bad. I mean the one with Dirk. Dude. You mean the classic primetime program Rumble in the Pumpkin Patch? Yeah, that one. Ew. Why do you want to go look at the stuff from Rumble in the Pumpkin Patch? Why not? Why not? I don't know. It just seems kind of morbid with Dirk dead and all, don't you think? Also, that show was really gross. I support Jake in whatever he does, but it was so sweaty. Yeah. Why do I feel like I'm forgetting something that I was going to say earlier? Nope, it's gone. Oh, well. I don't know. Oh, I remember now. The thing that I forgot was actually not relevant to this at all. It was something that I have to do later. I don't know. I just feel like it was an important cultural milestone, and I missed it all by being mopey and depressed for like 5 years straight. So what do you think, Tavros? Want to show me all about your dad's glory days? Tavros blinks up at John in surprise. Oh, I can take you there, John. No! I mean, no, that's fine. I'd like some time to get to know my nephew. Or, cousin? Ecto-brother? Oh, Dave, I just realized that when we get married, that'll make John roast siblings-in-law. Which is funny, since I guess John is technically already your father-in-law. Yup, that's totally what our friend group needs, to be even more incestuous. What does incestuous mean? It means that everyone's really good friends, Harry Anderson. Just a dumb fancy word for BFFs. It's a big hard word for grown-ups, though, so feel free to unknow it now, sweetie. I love how Roxy's immediately, swooping in with the big nope there. Oh yeah, that's totally it. Hey Tavros, let's go, buddy. Okay, so we're halfway through this chapter and just hitting a scene change. So I'm gonna say this is a good time to take 5. Because it's midnight and I need to take 5. So, boop, there's the break text. Stream just went dark. Well, that's fucking not good. I'm getting green lights on all my stuff on my end for once. No, stream did in fact bite the dust. Because I just got another notification from the Twitch mobile app to go to my dashboard. And I only get those notifications when it starts streaming again. So that's fucking great. Well, let's take 5 and hopefully by then my internet connection will have chilled the fuck out so we can actually do shit. Okay, back in 5. Hello, and welcome back. It's been a nice little break. That did not feel like 5 minutes. That felt like 10 seconds. But that was indeed 5 whole minutes of chilling out. Yes, that is the Dave song that was used in a flash about Dirk and Jake. Time on my side. Okay. So, here's my hope for this stream. To finish this chapter. Candy chapters are pretty long. So, I mean, if we did the first half in half an hour, maybe the second half in half an hour isn't too bad. But then, I don't know, if the chapter after this is a doozy, I might just call it a night. Because as I mentioned earlier, I've been going to bed, about now, actually, most days. So, I'm tired. But I'm really excited to keep going with this chapter. I'll gauge timing when we finish this, whether or not we start into the next one. But for now, let's finish this baby. Don't know why I said it like that, but here we go. John sets a hand on Tavros's back and pushes him out of the room. When they're upstairs together, far enough away from the party, Tavros wrenches his hands together and asks, Uncle John, what's the real reason we're up here? Oh, I could see that you were getting uncomfortable. You don't like being around big crowds like that, do you? But you don't like being alone. But you don't like to be alone either? Well, not in this house at least. I wouldn't want to be alone here either. It's not a very nice place to live, is it? I'm, not sure I understand your meaning, Uncle John. Here, come with me. John grabs Tavros by his chubby wrist and begins dragging him around a corner from one featureless white hallway into another. This isn't the right way. I know. Hey, Tavros, why don't we just go to your room for a minute? Oh. Tavros tugs on John's hand and leads him back a few steps. With his free hand, he pushes a door open, revealing a large, tidy bedroom. Four-poster bed, perfectly arranged bookshelf, not a single toy out of place or on the floor. The room obviously belongs to a 5-year-old, judging by the colorful wallpaper and irreverent clown-themed bedsheets, but there's nothing in it to suggest individualized expression of a developing person. Tavros sighs, his facial expression unchanging. He looks resigned. to life in general, as well as whatever it is he's expecting from this particular situation. Wait, what is he expecting from this situation, having been led away to a secluded part of the house by an adult? What has he been taught to expect? Tavros, is everything okay? Yes, Uncle John. Why do you ask? You just seem, I don't know, sad? I feel okay. It is a happy day, after all. It's Harry Anderson's birthday. There's a good reason to be happy. Yeah, but what about you? Are you actually happy about it? About everything going on here? I get what he's trying to do, but these are really big questions to ask a 5-year-old. You missed the implication in your first read-through. Yeah, there's some big fucking yikes implications up here with, like, what is he expecting from the situation of being led to a secluded part of the house by an adult? Because, oh boy. Fuck Gamzee, indeed. The implications here are incredibly unpleasant, and that is putting it very, very mildly. I suppose my mother tends to get displeased when I'm unhappy, so yeah, he's not John walks a little further into the room, inspecting the surroundings. He can hardly find a single fault. Not a wrinkle in the sheets, nor a... John looks down. He takes a step back to set his foot on a part of the floor he just stepped on. He lifts it again, with some tacky resistance tugging at the sole of his shoe. The floor is sticky here, like the floor of a movie theater. He bends down to touch it and gives it a sniff. Just as he thought. Fago. Tavros. Does Gamzee ever come into your room? Possibly. He so often is found to be in so many places. Ugh. John glances under the bed, then sees it. A half-finished bottle of Fago. Isn't that his Fago there? Oh, no, please, Uncle John. Don't tell my mother. Tell her what? The Fago is mine. My uncle gives it to me sometimes. My mother strictly forbids it, of course. John nervously ponders this response, and everything about the boy's life it could be implying. He takes a deep breath and becomes very serious. He places a hand on Tavros' shoulder and looks him directly in the eye. Tavros, listen to me. Are you getting bad touched by your Uncle Gamzee? Tavros seems taken aback by the question, then appears thoughtful. Oh, no? But, yes, I can gather how you might draw that conclusion. You can? Why? It just seems like a thing that would eventually happen to me, does it not? Oh, my fucking heart, this whole scene. A look of sadness washes over John's face, a sadness deeper than either kind he could summon for the previous 2 funerals he had attended. What would make you say that? Well, I think for the same reason that you led yourself to wonder, Uncle John. He is a very, very bad clown, Uncle, but I think I am not allowed to say or think such a thing. Why not? Yeah, it's chill. There was no bad touching happening. He was just trying to get Davros to eat the drugs. It's chill. That's totally fine and not also very fucked up at all. Nope. Because Uncle Gamzee has undertaken his redemption arc with the spirit of great sincerity, I've been told. So the truth is, no matter how I may feel about him, Mother tells me that he is not actually bad, and therefore anything he does cannot truly be considered bad either. Otherwise, we are not respecting his repentance or the others he has saved. Tavros sighs again. John makes no effort to disguise his look of grave disapproval and sorrow. I don't want you to worry too much, though. His occasional sojourns in my room are not of any especially ill intent, I don't think. He has told me in confidence that his intention is to train me. Train you? Yes, in matters of combat, philosophy, life, love. I suppose to behave the way a mentor does, as he sees it. Oof. Parallel between Gamzee and Bro. I suppose in a way it is. Just gonna have some water for a second. Anger wells up in John anew. He gets to his feet in a flurry, a literal one. A gust of wind whisks through the room, clattering open the closet door and rustling a perfectly arranged stack of papers off the desk. They flutter through the room like dead leaves caught in an autumn storm. Soon the room is howling with sustained winds. That's it! Tavros, start packing right now. Packing? Yeah. One bag with some of your clothes, your favorite toys and books, that kind of thing. I don't understand. Tavros, I have to get you out of here. Now. What? I'm going to take you away so that you can live with me, Harry Anderson, and your Aunt Roxy. You won't have to live here anymore. No more being alone all the time. No more weird troll maids or listening to your parents fight. And no more Uncle fucking Gamzee. That does sound jolly good, Uncle John. Then what are you waiting for? Start packing. Well, I would, except that we can't go without tripping the security. Mother has taken great precautions to make sure I never... Don't worry, kid. I came prepared. John produces his screwdriver and a length of wire from the inside pocket of his suit jacket. We're leaving through that window, one way or another. Tavros takes in a sharp breath before spinning on his heel and stumbling towards his closet. John catches the ghost of a smile on his face before he turns, and that's all it takes to turn the pounding of his heart from terrified to thrilled. Yes, what he's about to do will probably send shockwaves through their already fragmented friend group, but Jane's the one who started it. She brought this on herself. John starts opening the window using all the tricks he memorized from tutorials on the deep web to bypass the security bolt. He whistles to himself, thinking about how happy Tavros is going to be with him, Roxy, and Harry Anderson. Jane barely even seems to like the kid, but Jake does. Jake loves him, even though he was totally trapped into this unhappy relationship because of the pregnancy. So it seems to John the only way to save Jake from this unspeakable prison is to subtract the only thing he cares about. I mean, that's not how getting out of an abusive relationship works. Roxy will be mad at first, but John is certain that she'll what? Acquiesce? Is that really what he wants? He considers with a sense of guilt how exhilarating it would be if she finally fought him on something. John starts laughing to himself when the window pops open suddenly. No alarm goes off. The deep web was right. Fresh summer air rushes in and fills John's lungs. His head swims with the giddy high feeling of being on the verge of getting away with some shit. Wow, is this why people commit crimes? It feels so good. He can't wait to tell Terezi that he's done something so bold and illegal. He starts laughing louder. Tavros is laughing too, quiet and cautious at first, but picking up steam as he begins to taste the sort of freedom he never allowed himself to imagine. John turns, shocked to see Jade standing in the bedroom doorway. She looks like a shadow with her dark hair hiding her face. John can't tell what kind of expression she's making under there. She speaks softly. John? What are you doing? Nothing. Just, fixing this damn broken window is all. She twitches her dog ears and raises her face. Her mouth is a neutral line, but her eyes are burning furiously. I heard everything. The two of them stare at each other for a long time. John isn't sure how he's supposed to read this moment. He used to know Jade better than anyone he knew. Better than he knew anyone. But in recent years, she's passed him by, just like the rest of the world. Tavros is cowering in his closet, fiddling with the strap on his backpack. So, what are you going to do? Tell Jane? Jade flinches like she's been hit. She flicks her tail, breaks eye contact. John, I wouldn't do that to you. You'd probably end up on Jake's stupid execution dance-off show. Then are you gonna help me? She shakes her head. I can't do that either. You know that this is just going to make everything worse, right? Jade, I don't know where you've been these past few years, but I don't think things can get worse. I mean, even today, Jane was up here hollering at Jake about how his dick doesn't work right when she knew we were all waiting for them downstairs. I know, but all you're going to do by kidnapping him is piss everyone off. Excuse me, dearest aunt, but is it kidnapping if I badly would like to go? See? See? I understand where you're coming from, but I don't think you've actually thought this through. Yes, I have, because I've been planning it for years. I know that I've been pretty, flaky in the past, but this is really important. I know what I'm doing. Jade sighs in frustration and pushes back her bangs. John, Jane is one of the most powerful people on the entire planet. Do you really think that you can keep him away from her if she wants to get him back? I'm sorry, but you just don't know them like I do. If you know them so well, Jade, then you know why I have to do this. I'm on your side here. I know that Jane hasn't been the best parent, but stealing somebody's child? There has to be another way. A gust of wind blasts in through the window and blows back Jade's hair, leaving it all mussed over her shoulders. John points at her. If there was another way, we would have found it by now. But there isn't one, because everyone's been all brainwashed by marriage, or whatever the hell happened over the last few years that made things be this way. It's like everyone just talks past each other all the time. John, I'm the only one who ever seems to realize that something's wrong. I would be really chuffed if the two of you, even you, Jade, you're not listening to me right now. would stop quarreling and listen to me for a spell. That's why Karkat left, because you didn't listen to him, just like you don't listen to Dave. What the fuck, John? This isn't about me and Dave. Yes, it is. I mean, not directly, but cosmically, yeah, it is. Cosmically? You knew that Dave and Karkat were in love with each other, but you went ahead and totally messed with their relationship anyway. What? Jade, don't pretend you have no idea what happened. I can't believe... John, that's such a low blow. You don't know the first thing about me and Dave's relationship. I know more than you think I do. I know that you pressured them into that whole relationship. I know that they both hated it and only went along with it because they care about you and felt obligated. And Jade, I love you, but honestly, how does that make you any different than Jane? I'm nothing like her! Well, you're nothing like the Jade I used to know either. Oh. Has officially gone to shit. Yeah, we have crossed the threshold. The wind in the room picks up. It skates against the walls, dislodges books from shelves, and gets under the bedsheets and balloons them off the mattress. The Jade I used to know was caring and selfless. All you ever wanted was for your friends to be safe. You weren't this selfish. Oh, is that what this is about, John? You don't like it now that I'm not some helpless princess in a tower anymore? You don't like that I'm doing things for myself now? What the hell are you talking about? Seriously, Jade, I don't even know who you are anymore. Well, I can certainly say the same for you right now. Aunt Jade, Uncle John, you should really, John and Jade stop. There is another shadow cast in the doorway. A much darker one. Before I hop into this, I'm going to have some water for my throat after all the yelling. Excuse me, she says in a sugar-sweet voice. But what the fuck is going on in here? Oh, no. Jane! We were just hollering at each other so loudly that everyone in the darned house can hear you. Oh, like you're one to talk. John, I know that we have not been as close in recent years as we were in the past, but I would like to think that at the very least our familial relationship would make it so that you felt you could talk to me face to face if you think that my method of parenting is insufficient. Are you sure? Do you really want to know what I think? Oh, no. Please, John, illuminate me. A lash of wind whips from the window to the door and down the hall in time to meet the rest of the partygoers, now including Jake Crocker himself. They've all come upstairs to investigate the noise. Tavros flinches when a book slams against the closet door 2 inches from his face. What's going on? Oh, shit. I don't know, Jane. I feel like if I really speak my mind here, it might be dangerous. How do I know you won't have the secret police come and arrest me in the night? Excuse me? That's where this is all going, right? Your whole thing with the trolls? If you have something to say, then say it plainly, John. Fine. I don't think that you had bad intentions to start out with, Jane. In fact, I think that you probably honestly thought that you were doing what was best for the world. You've always been a perfectionist, right? But over the last few years, you've morphed into a complete control freak. And it all started with your relationship with Jake. You forced him into a relationship when Dirk's corpse wasn't even cold. I would like to point out, I'm sorry, but you're calling me a control freak? Dirk was the control freak. After he died, I distinctly remember loosening up, in fact. I let go. I was actually relieved to hear he died. Janie, what? Okay, that was a misleading statement. What I really meant was, Jane, you're missing the point. That Jane and I were involved in a romantic dalliance at the time of his death. Dirk is dead. This isn't about him anymore. You're the one cheering the government along as it marches towards genocide. John, I hardly think you're qualified to opine on the nuances of the current political situation. Thank you very much. Note that she does not deny the genocide, just wants John to shut the fuck up about it. Ha! Is that how you talk to your husband too? He's actually, at the moment, my kismissus, and if Jake didn't want any of this, he shouldn't have knocked me up. Hello, chaps, I am right here. Oh, yeah, like that was such an accident. Can you honestly say that he wanted any of this? The wind rises with the pitch of John's yelling, turning Tavros's bedroom into a miniature tempest. The gale upends the bookshelf, snaps open the toy box, and sends all the debris spinning in every direction, smashing against the walls and bedposts. John doesn't seem to notice, encased in his own cyclonic armor. Oh my god, I am so sick of all this domestic relationship shit every fucking day. Can we talk about something else for once? Yeah, Dave, I'm sick of it too. That's my point. Okay, then, John, can you just stop all this windy shit at least? No, I can't. I can't stop because I'm not the problem. Are you saying that I'm the problem? That's extremely reductive. Okay, yeah, there are lots of problems, but I've got to say, Jane, you kind of are the problem. A lot of this awful garbage revolves around you. You're the one who's always selling everybody on Gamzee's redemption arc, which is total bullshit. Putting him on billboards, organizing redemption rallies, and John, the people need something to believe in if we are to live in an organized society. You simply wouldn't understand. And letting him sleep in your and Jake's bed and feeding him that weird milk all the time. Ugh! Hey, my relationship with my loyal auspicious is none of your business, let alone who it is I decide to share a bed with. Isn't it? You sure go out of your way to shove it in everyone's face. John, that is uncalled for. It's bullshit, Jane. It's all bullshit. I know, we should have just floored it when Jade came in, grabbed the kid and run. The wind surges again. The window bangs open so hard that it smashes against the pane, sending shards of glass whipping through the storm. Everyone cowers from the rain of sharp projectiles. John catches what he's doing when he sees how terrified the kids look. He shuts his eyes and digs his fingernails into his palms, doing everything in his power to calm himself down. When he opens his eyes again, the room is completely destroyed. Tavros is all the way in his closet, clinging white-knuckled to the edge of the door. Everyone else is clustered around the doorway. Jade stares at John with a dark expression. After a beat of silence, Harry Anderson starts crying. Roxy won't meet his eyes. Dave won't either. John turns to Tavros, opening his mouth to apologize, but the kid just ducks deeper into the closet, trembling. I'm sorry. No one wants to hear it, John. John staggers back a few steps towards the broken window. His vision is blurring beneath a pool of angry tears that he can't hold back anymore. He wipes his face with both hands, all sloppy and clumsy, the way he used to cry when he was a kid. He doesn't open his eyes again until he's jumped through the open window. The sky outside is dark. He flies higher and higher, high enough that the air starts to get thin and chilly. Up here, the human kingdom looks so small. He can see the sun setting over the curvature of the earth, a brilliant arc of orange and red. It's like looking down at a little toy city, a ship in a bottle. That's what the world feels like now. A tiny fake model planet living inside a bubble. Look too hard and the illusion cracks around the edges, like the black hole in John's anime dreams. There's a trembling in his hands that he hasn't felt in years. He looks up at the glimmering stratosphere and imagines piercing through it. Would that pop the bubble, he wonders? Or would he go hurtling through space forever? He's contemplating that, just flying up as far as he can until he flies into the sun or stops existing or whatever, until he realizes that his phone is buzzing in his pocket. He takes it out, almost drops it because of how cold his hands are. His breath is frosting in the air as he looks at the screen. The color of the text sends a jolt through his blood. With shaky fingers, he answers the text. John, are you there? I really need to talk to someone right now. Yeah, me too. Okay. So that was a very heavy chapter. That was, John's... That was a major bruh moment. I mean, that's absolutely a way to put that. I agree with that statement. You finish that chapter and it's like, yeah, that is the reaction to the end of that chapter. It's like, bruh, what the fuck just happened? There's so much to break down in this chapter. But, yeah, because John's just like... John hit his fucking breaking point. Oh, wow. I want to form more eloquent thoughts about this. But... Whew. Yeah, he's just like, all of this feels fake. Y'all are fake. But it's just, I mean, they address this a little bit later, right? That there's just, that whole thing where, like, I feel like it was kind of calling out the audience as well when Roxy called John out for kind of acting like his views were the center of everything, and like he's the only one who feels real, he's the only real one, etc. And Roxy's like, get over yourself. And I feel like that was kind of a call to the audience as well to be like, John's perspective is not the be all end all. He is technically the protagonist, but there's a lot of other ways to look at what's happening here. But yeah, Suburbia be like that sometimes. But yeah, like, that's fucking heavy. I mean, by the end of this chapter, he's basically considering suicide. Like, fuck. But Terzi pulls him back down. Terzi in the nick of time is like, hey, I need you. And John's like, I need you too. And I'm like, wow. That's technically not gay, but that's gay. You know what I mean? I just really enjoyed their dynamic in the epilogues a lot. Ooh. This is a neat one. So what? Okay, so this is what this is. Alright, it is 12:45. And I think, I'm not going to read the next chapter. Yeah. Feel like it was a pretty good Jade chapter. It was. That's true. That's one of the few chapters where we actually get a lot of Jade dialogue. And like good ass Jade presence and character. Y'all know what I mean? I worded that kind of weird. But yeah, that was definitely one of the best Jade chapters in the epilogues. Yeah. God, I fucking love Jade a lot. Hell yeah, man. Alright. It's 12:47 now. So, I'm gonna say I'll call it a night early. We'll just do the one chapter today. Because I'm still getting used to being awake at this hour. And I'm gonna go to bed like right now. Yeah. We back, baby. Thank you all so much for joining me on this wonderful first stream back of many more to come. We're gonna keep reading at chapter 24 tomorrow. Same time, same place. Alright. Thanks so much for joining me on this wonderful journey. I appreciate all y'all who take the time out of your day to come and hang out with me. This will be going up on YouTube sometime Sunday? Yeah, let's say Sunday. This will be up on YouTube around Sunday. Yeah. Okie dokes. Have a wonderful rest of your day, whatever you may be getting up to. Fingers crossed, I will be seeing y'all right back here tomorrow evening to keep on reading. And from my end, that is good night, and Strife will play us out.